Tip number 102 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. This is the chapter on hiring employees. Tip number 102, when do you actually hire employees? When do you know is going to be the right time for you to actually hire your first employee or hire the next employees and expand your business? This is a toughie. I do not have the perfect answer for this. However, if you start to have more work than you can handle, and you feel like, hey, now would be a good time, I can afford to hire an employee, I got some money in the bank, you understand all the rules associated with hiring employees and firing them. Mind you, if you hire an employee, you have a difficult time firing, and they are not making you any money. This could tear your business apart or ruin it, especially if you have a whole slew of these individuals. So another thing would be, if you don't want to do the work yourself, and this is common with a lot of business owners, they don't want to do a specific job, and then they want to hire someone else to do that job. Don't forget, some of this stuff that you might not want to do, you might be able to subcontract this stuff. If that's the case, it might work out better for you to subcontract certain parts of the job instead of hiring someone and paying all of these payroll expenses. Let's not forget that you're going to need workers' compensation, and you're going to pay a portion of their Social Security, small portion, but you're also going to have other things you're going to need to pay that they're not going to be paying. So not to mention the fact that if one of these individuals ever does get hurt, and your insurance policy doesn't cover, or they exceed the amount that your insurance company covers, hiring an employee should not be taken lightly. When you finally do decide to hire an employee, just don't say, hey, I'm busy, I need an employee for 5 days, I'm going to hire somebody and let them go at the end of 5 days. And that might not work out very good. Don't forget about temporary employment agencies. This might provide you with something you need if you're in a business that isn't growing or expanding. You know, let's just say that you get 5 jobs that need to be done within a certain amount of time, and you're not going to be able to do it yourself. Okay, then you could hire another employee, or even find somebody that works in your business or your trade, or even another contractor who's willing to help you with some of the work sometimes. So again, you've got to figure out what works and do more of it, and figure out what doesn't work and don't do as much or any of that. And that is the thing. And in case you haven't watched some of the previous videos on hiring employees, I had a difficult time hiring employees. It was a nightmare for me from the word go. I think 1 out of every 20 people I hired actually worked out. I mean, it was just a nightmare. And again, that's why it sometimes makes, I can share my advice and experience with you guys and gals, because I've been through it. I've been through the trenches, you know, and I'm not about to suggest I know what works best. But I'll tell you what, the tips in this book that I have in the book are some of the things that I know in some cases do not work. And that is through experience, obviously, or they wouldn't be in the dang book. Don't forget, I spent 30 years in the construction business, and more than 26 of those as a general contractor. So I did have to deal with a lot. And when I wasn't dealing with some of this stuff, I was watching other contractors and business owners muddle their way through this pile of crap that, you know, they had a difficult time with also. So hiring the right employees might be easy for you. You might breeze right through it. If you're having a difficult time with it, you might want to consider doing what I did and just go work by yourself or work with other contractors. The last jobs I did, I actually partnered up with another contractor, and we worked together for about 2 or 3 years. And that worked out great. You know, if one of us wanted to go somewhere for a vacation, hey, the other one could fill in, or we just wouldn't go anywhere. We would wait till the jobs were over with and go do something. But as far as hiring employees, forget it, because we both had a tough time with it. And I hope that you don't have a tough time with it. And some of these videos help.